Welcome to Business Innovators Radio, featuring industry influencers and trendsetters sharing proven strategies to help you build a better life right now.
You are listening to the Brilliance Business Show. I am your host, Mark Stephen Pooler. Conversations with leading experts in business. And today I have the most incredible guest, Jim Hetherington. Jim is an international speaker, best-selling author and a coach. And our topic for today is the next steps to the best relationship ever. Jim, welcome to the Brilliance Business Show.
Thanks, Mark. It's great to be here. Great to talk with you.
I'm really looking forward to our conversation today, Jim. Before I get started, I'm just going to make a little disclaimer that you're not offering legal advice or legal assistance. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Yes, I'm just offering my knowledge and wisdom from over the years. That's all I'm offering here.
Well, we're super looking forward to hearing your knowledge and wisdom, Jim. So let's get started with the show. Jim, can you share with our listeners a little bit about yourself and your business, and also about the next steps to the best relationship ever?
Well, as you mentioned earlier, I am an international award-winning author and international speaker and teacher, and I'm also a relationship coach. I've been doing this for over 30 years, and I love working with young people, young couples, older couples, and business owners, just to help them find the next steps in their relationships and how everybody, can operate at their fullest capacity.
Yes, that's a great point, Jim. And relationships do make the world go around. Who are your typical customers, Jim?
Well, my typical customers, like I said, are anybody interested in bettering their relationships at any level. So for younger people just starting in the dating world or just trying to understand who they are, I work with them to understand and help them understand what their values are, so that they know who they are as a person and they know what they're attracting. They know who they're looking for. And with couples, I love working with couples because, again, I help them understand their values, but understand their values together as a couple so that they have a great vision and a great plan moving forward at any stage in their marriages. And also with business owners, because who runs into these problems more often are business owners that have teams of people that they just throw into the mix and expect them to produce and run their companies. So I work with them to try to help create amazing environments where people get along and, again, just operating at their fullest capacity and their full ability.
And again, that's a great point, Jim, because values are so important. I myself have worked on my own values, and it's a real great point what you're making about in business as well. It's really good to know your values as a business. So not only for relationships, it's great for business too, right, Jim? That values are so important.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, businesses are usually pretty good at creating value statements. So they know what their market is, what their direction is, what their purpose is, but few people do that in their relationships. They don't really understand what they value. And as I always said, the expression I've heard is, if you don't stand for one thing, you'll fall for anything. So to understand what you value as an individual certainly helps in everything that we do, especially relationships.
That's brilliant, Jim. And do you recall a specific aha moment that led to the launch of your business?
Well, I've always been passionate about working with youth, with young adults, with people in general. And I've been doing it for almost 30 years. For me, it was just that aha moment that happens in their lives when you start expressing the truth about them identifying who they are and helping them find out what their values are. So it's their aha moments that really excite me. Working with them, helping to see those things. And about 10 years ago, I was working very hard. I had a couple different businesses, different things going on, and I experienced emotional physical and mental burnout. I just completely crashed, and it took me 6 months to almost 2 years just to recover. And so for me, that was an aha moment that I really wanted to work even more passionately with people to help them find balance in every aspect of their life, in their physical world, their relational world, their spiritual world, in every aspect of life. I really wanted to work with people. And so my crashing and burning was a real awakening for me. I thought, if I get out of this, I want to help others not to experience the same thing.
And I absolutely love that, Jim, because helping others, when you help others, that must bring you so much job satisfaction, especially that they're going out and then having really healthy relationships. And also, I love the point of how your own adversity of burning out really give you that drive to move forwards and help others. That's really, really inspiring.
Mm-hmm. Yes, because I look at it, figure, if I help 1 or 2 or 10 or 100 people become the very best that they can be, then they're going to go out in turn and they're going to help 1, 2 or 10 or 100 people. And what a greater planet this is going to be, isn't it? If we all start to operate from that mindset that we're not only helping one person, but by helping that one person, we're helping everybody in their circle of influence. And that's what really excites me.
Yes, I suppose it's like a knock-on effect that the more people, it just keeps on growing and growing. So I really like that way of how to look at it, that you can impact so many different people.
Yes, absolutely.
What really motivates you to jump out of bed every morning, Jim?
What motivates me is the fact that for me, in order for me to help people, I have to continue to grow and learn myself. So what motivates me is I get to get out of bed every day and read and study and reflect and dig deeper into relationships and understand it more myself. And then in turn, I get to share that stuff, through the various outlets that I teach and share with. That's what motivates me every day. Every morning I wake up, I'm just very thankful. I just thank God every morning I get up that I get to learn and read and study and grow and share. That's what motivates and excites me every day.
And you touched on a great point there, Jim, gratitude. That brings so much good into my life, being grateful for things. And you just touched on that there too. So along with values, I think gratitude is so important too.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, we've got so much to be thankful for. The very fact that, we got to open our eyes up this morning and step out of bed, that's something in itself just to be grateful for. There's hundreds, if not thousands of people around this planet that would gladly exchange that opportunity to get out of bed and do something. So that first step, I'm grateful for that every morning.
I absolutely love that, Jim. Jim, what sets your business apart and what unique need are you filling for your customers, also relating to the next steps to the best relationships ever?
Yes. So along that line, I think what really sets things apart for me is that I am helping people discover who they really are. And by understanding what they value, what they really admire the most, not only about themselves, but people around them, that's what sets it apart. I'm not trying to put them through any type of a process. I'm helping them identify what's true to them, what resonates with them, so that they can step out and begin to attract that same likeness in people around them. So I think that's what sets me apart is helping people understand, just discover what their values are, and through that they become a better person and attract better relationships.
And I think this is really important, what you're doing, Jim. It took me a very long time to really understand who I was and knowing my own values. And until things like that are in place, it's hard to really move forwards and make progress. But once you know your own values and you stand by them and you know who you are, that is really going to lead into such a better future. So I really do feel it's such an important thing of how you are helping people.
Yes, absolutely.
Why is your service especially important in today's modern world?
Well, I look at it and, you know, we invest so much in our education, training for careers, but we don't invest a whole lot in our relationships. And as we go through school and go through all the different things that we go through, there's few courses, if any, that are offered on how to be a better person. It's usually trial and error, the old school of hard knocks. That's how we learn most about relationships. So I think, you know, my service is really important today because I'm helping people learn how to relate better to themselves and to the world around them. So I think I'm giving everybody a platform to really discover why it's important so that we can hopefully get to the place where we can eliminate some of the issues we see around relationships, primarily, divorce rates in marriages and all the different things that happen. We can better prepare people going into relationships, and we can better prepare people in relationships right now. And that's why I think it's so important today.
We all need better relationships and to make those divorces less and less, Jim, because we all know they happen a lot. And with people like you, it's about taking those steps to better relationships. Can you share more details on the kind of service and products you offer, Jim?
Yes, well, I've written a book, Your Relationship Rescue Handbook, 11 F Words to Increase the Love. And I've had some amazing success with that book, and people have really commented on how much they enjoy it. I get so many comments of, I wish I had this stuff when I was younger. And that's really, it's great to hear, and I'm glad that it's out there. Through my book, I teach seminars and webinars so that I take people through the 11 F words. We discover and we talk about other areas as well. I mean, these F words are just a beginning platform to understanding our values and creating our value statement or vision for ourselves. And so I offer, live seminars as well as on-air seminars. As well, I do full day and half day one-on-one coaching, mentoring with people, with businesses, and longer term coaching as well. Again, one-on-one with larger groups, with businesses, from 6 months up to a year. So there's a lot of different areas that I reach out and try to share this information.
Could you share the name of your book again in case our listeners would like to grab a copy of it?
Absolutely, yes. It's Your Relationship Rescue Handbook, 11 F Words to Increase the Love.
And that's available on Amazon, is that, Jim?
It is. It's available on Amazon. People can look me up and I can send it out, via my website. But yeah, it's on Amazon all over in Canada, US, the UK. It's all over the place.
I would imagine you have all sorts of client success stories. What is one that really stands out in your mind?
Well, yeah, you're right. I mean, I've got a lot of, tremendous success stories, but one that was a real turning point for me, because I had kicked around the idea of writing this book for so long. Just a few years back, I was meeting with a couple and we were just talking about these ideas. I was sharing this stuff, just kind of, mentoring them through as they're preparing for marriage. And so I was talking to the young girl. She her eyes started to water and she started to cry. And I said, "What's the matter?" And she says, "I'm 25 years old." And she said, "Nobody's ever told me these things before." So for me, not only did that bring amazing insight to that young woman that was preparing to enter into marriage, but it brought me the awareness that, hey, I need to get this information in a book because people are really wanting to, to experience it, to hear it. And so for me, that was a multiple success story in one where it really helped this couple, but it's helping future couples as well through finally writing my book.
That is such a nice story, Jim, and it gave you the inspiration to then go out and write a book, what's going to help more and more people. That is a really, really nice story.
Yes, great. Thank you.
how do clients typically hear about you, and are there certain life moments that usually lead them to seeking you out?
Yeah, well, I speak at a lot of live events, so I'm approached quite a bit afterwards or during these live events, but also through my website. Now that the book is out, people are contacting me after they read the book. I encourage people actually through the book just to contact me. Let me know what your questions are, what your thoughts are, the feedback, because I'm always looking for feedback to grow and to develop myself and to redefine the information so that people can really grab hold of it. So, and a lot of it's recommendation as well. I have people reach out to me all the time. Well, I was just talking to a friend and they said I needed to contact you. And so I get a lot of referrals as well, which is really exciting. And it's a real compliment to me.
You can't beat good old-fashioned word of mouth, and that's a sign of a job well done when you are getting referrals, because that means you're doing a good thing, Jim.
Yes, you're right. There's nothing like the old-fashioned way of just referring, because let's face it, yeah, if you have a great experience with somebody, you want to tell somebody about it, don't you? And it's that's exciting.
Jim, I absolutely love the work that you are doing. You're doing a great thing in this world. Is there anything we did not cover that you would like to share?
I think we covered a good base. I mean, you've done a great job just asking me these questions. And I'm just excited about, like you say, just getting this word out. I think it's such an important, valuable thing. It's a foundational thing, really. When we think about our relationships, it's foundational for everything we do. All our interactions with friends, with family, interaction with future life partners, with businesses, careers. It's foundational in everything that we do. And I'm excited with the response that I'm getting from people. Having these opportunities to share and encourage others is just a thrill for me. And I'm excited when I see amazing results in people's lives.
I've really enjoyed interviewing you today, Jim. You've made so many great points, and relationships are so important, especially in the world of social media. Let's get back to good, strong, loving relationships. Thank you for being my guest today, Jim. Lastly, before we finish, can you share with the listeners how people can connect with you?
Yes. People can reach out to me at yourrelationshiprescuecoach.com, or they can go to increasethelove.com. Those are two websites that people can get me, and I can connect with them by email, and we can start a conversation to see how I can help individuals or help your group grow to that next level.
Thank you so much for your time today, Jim, and I've really enjoyed interviewing you on the Brilliance Business Show.
Thanks, Mark. It's been great to be here, and I just I love your style. I love the way you do your things. It's great.
Thank you so much. You have been listening to the Brilliance Business Show with your host, Mark Stephen Pooler. Conversations with leading experts in business. Today, I have been chatting to Jim Hetherington. Jim has been on my show today talking about the next steps to the best relationship ever. Jim is an international speaker, a best-selling author, and a coach. I've really enjoyed interviewing him. And until next time, thank you. You have been listening to the Brilliance Business Show.
Thanks for listening to Business Innovators Radio. To hear all episodes featuring leading industry influencers and trendsetters, visit us online at businessinnovatorsradio.com today.